Is there any one thing or two things you're trying to emphasize right now where I want to get better at doing this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just making the layups, making the easy throws, getting back to just playing the way I've always played, not thinking too much. Not that I'm saying that I did. I wasn't really super nervous or anxious or anything, but it's more so just doing what you're practiced to do, doing what you're coached to do. And, for me, it's just, taking one play at a time, taking a deep breath before the play and, just executing.
People have wondered, speculated that the surgery might have affected your accuracy. Do you feel any different now throwing the ball versus before the injury last week?
No, sir, I don't.
Liam said it might only be one throw away, so is there any magic in that sauce, or do you all just kind of need to have some good things to really break through?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts in practice. That's the thing. I think, you could say it's one step away or one throw away, but at the end of the day, those throws need to be made. Those completions need to be made, especially in games like that. And, I put a lot on myself, my biggest critique. And, I always tell the offense that, it starts with me. It starts with how I'm managing the game, how I'm operating the offense. And, honestly, there's no excuse for it to be one step off or, a 1 yard away from a catch. It's my job to give those guys a chance and make sure that we can make plays. And, that just didn't happen on Saturday on some instances. So I just got to be better.
We've seen the glimpses from you, like the Vandy game. It seemed like you were, completing some down the field. Is there something that kind of is just going to happen? Like, what do you feel like needs to happen for that to just happen consistently?
Yeah, I think it's just the rhythm and the course of the game. When we get momentum or, we're running the ball really well or play action or dropping back, hitting some open completions. It's about building with that momentum, not taking steps backwards, not, missing easy layups or, causing penalties to hurt ourselves. Just little things that kind of stop our momentum. I think we're a very explosive group. We have a lot of guys that can make a lot of plays, but, if we hurt ourselves, we kind of just, stop that rhythm from happening.
Everybody good?
I got
One more?
Saturday aside, you had several games where second half you're just almost perfect. What happens at halftime there? What do you channel? What do you get into?
Yeah, I think it's just, the adjustments a little bit. Guys settling in, me settling in too. But, we got to start fast. It's definitely something that, it's good to see, in the second half we pick things up. But, for instance, like last week, that those opportunities, if you miss on those opportunities early on, they could come back to catch you. And it's hard to play catch up sometimes. And, like I said, it starts with me. Like, if we complete that ball early on or we kind of get a rhythm going, it feels like a whole different course of the game. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, that's just how football is, because I'm my biggest critique. I know I can make those throws. I know that that's very capable because we do it all the time in practice. So I just think it's just something that has to translate. It's something that, as much as you want it to happen, it's only going to happen for that given play. You can't think too far. You can't think too far behind. I just think channeling into just 1-0, truly each and every play is the only play that matters.
Liam said Missouri's defense is salty. You haven't played against them. I don't think you've ever played against them. But what do you know to expect?
Yeah, I think they're a really good defensive group for sure. They have a lot of good personnel. They do some good things in the secondary, but I think what you see with this group is they're tough. They're hard-nosed. I mean, they pride themselves on playing man-to-man football, loading up the box, and basically just have you stop them. So we know it's going to be a tough four-quarter game, but, we're excited for the challenge.
You're harder or easier to clutch a game like that than it is, say, like a last-second loss?
That's a tough question.
Does it matter?
I think a loss is a loss. I mean, obviously you never want to lose like the way that we did, but honestly, as a football player, you don't ever play to lose. So any loss that you kind of take on is never easy. But I think, being around coaches like this, being around players, here that have experience and been around the game for a long time, they just challenge us to learn from it and flush it and, have the best Tuesday practice that we can have, because that's the only thing that matters. And, as a leader and, a guy that's played a good amount of football, that's really the best way to handle a loss is, not let it be a snowball effect. Just continue to get better, learn from the mistakes and honestly not let it happen again.
You're going up against a guy that recruited you. What did you remember from your time back in high school when Coach Rinks recruiting you, or even that 1 year together at NC State?
Yeah, Coach Drink recruited me to go to NC State out of high school. You know, we had a great relationship. He was able to coach me for 1 year at NC State. I was a redshirt year. I was kind of a scout team guy. Didn't really know too much that year, honestly. So, you know, he recruited me from New Jersey. You know, blessed that he gave me the opportunity to be able to go play college football at NC State. But I'm looking forward to going against him for sure.
Is he a funny guy when he's recruiting you too?
Yeah, he's a funny guy for sure.
All right, folks. Thank you. Appreciate it.